It's here, a lipstick that you all helped me create. Today, I am going to do an entire face of Mauve Beauty, a great brand that I hold near and dear to my heart. They are clean, they are vegan, they are cruelty-free, and they have sustainable packaging. So sit back and enjoy all things Mauve Beauty, but more importantly, the lipstick that you guys helped me create. I made this for you, not for me, but I'm in love with it. I love it so much. So subscribe if you are here for mature beauty tips, and subscribe if you want to hear more variety of makeup, especially clean, vegan, sustainable. That's all near and dear to my heart. But I'm excited to share Mauve Beauty with you today, and I'm really excited about my new Mauve Beauty lipstick, M93. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle Spieler. I'm an over 25-year professional makeup artist. I worked in Hollywood. I now live on the East Coast. I'm also the creator of Mature Makeup Masterclass, a series of over 20 videos on mature technique where I list products from all different budgets and ranges, but mostly it's on technique, skincare, skin prep, all the things. You can always click the link in the description and it will take you to a quick, under 2-minute video explaining more about why you might need the Mature Makeup Masterclass. So that is in every single video, always the link to my Mature Makeup Masterclass. Today, I am so excited to talk to you about Mauve Beauty. Mauve Beauty is a company that is very near and dear to my heart. They are under 2 years old. They unfortunately launched during the very beginning of the pandemic back in the spring of 2020. And as I start to put on my makeup today, I will tell you more about Mauve Beauty and why it is so special to me. First and foremost, it is clean beauty. Now, before I was Mature Makeup Masterclass, I switched my name in January. For several years, I was Clean Beauty Babe, but I became very disillusioned with the clean beauty industry. There's a lot of greenwashing. It's self-regulated. So you could say you're clean beauty and not actually be deemed clean beauty by those who are true clean beauty. Mauve is true clean beauty because Vic Casali, who is the cosmetic chemist, that is tantamount to his work. So he works with clean, safe ingredients. They are vegan, which is very hard to do when you're making a color line. They are cruelty-free. And the best part is sustainable packaging. So just like, some of you love Saint because you can put your whole face in one compact, same here. You can put your whole face in one compact. And what I love is you get to choose the colors. And when you run out, guess what? You just get to simply replace it with either the same one that you love or a new color. You know what time it is, Diet Dr. Pepper. So these are their cream clay shadows, or cream eyeshadows with a clay base so they stay more matte. You can buy this size or the bigger size. You can put anything in here on the whole face. And not to tease you, but I'm gonna tease you. They also, oh, look at this. They also have a cake liner, which I can use today. I have water right here. They have refillable lipsticks that you just pop out and then pop back in. So every time you need a new color, you could buy a new lipstick. You don't have to buy the new outer case. You can pop it in and out. Today I have on their new complexion that is coming out next year, probably spring 2023, and it is gorgeous. So imagine they're also coming out with a powder. You would be able to do a few eyeshadows, maybe a cake liner, your complexion, your powder, a blush, a bronzer. It can all fit into one palette, okay? So that's what we're gonna talk about today, but the reason I wanted to do Mauve Beauty this week particularly, and happy November to everyone. It's so beautiful. I have my white pumpkin candle. I'm looking outside and all the leaves are just the most glorious colors, and it's such a beautiful time of year, and I'm so happy that I'm on the East Coast. Mauve Beauty approached me in late August, and they said they wanted to start collabing with people who are their tried and true followers who have been with them from the beginning. I remember their very first post on Instagram, and they wanted us to create lipstick for them. Their very first matte lipstick, or semi-matte, was a beautiful red, very similar to MAC Ruby Woo. And Vic Casali was the creator of MAC Ruby Woo, because Vic Casali started MAC Cosmetics with Frank and Frank. Frank Toscan and Frank Angelo were the creators of MAC Cosmetics. And Frank Toscan's sister just happened to have been dating a chemist in college. He was in like his second year of chemistry, and they said, can you make makeup? And he's like, sure. And he was quite young, and they brought him on board, and the three of them created magic in the 80s. So can you even imagine all the formulas and colors that Vic has in this brilliant mind of his? He created Russian Red, right? The one that was made famous by Madonna. He made blot powder, which I still use in my professional kit today because it's the only powder that actually controls oil. It's phenomenal, especially for men. Madonna made that famous because she wore it on her tour because she would sweat, and it holds like tons of water, so you never get sweaty when you're wearing blot powder. He created Studio Fix, a product I could never wear because I was dry skin even in my 20s, but I loved it on other people, and I was so jealous I couldn't wear it. And then after he left MAC in the late 90s, you know, because Frank Toscan sold it to Estee Lauder, he kept 50% of the company, but at one point, Estee Lauder bought him out. And so Frank is retired. He does other things that are brilliant. He also lost Frank Angelo in around 96, I believe. I can't remember what, maybe 95. I don't know. It was horrible. Frank Angelo went in for oral surgery and did not come out. And they were partners in life and in business, and it really just changed the trajectory of MAC. And so Frank retired, and he's doing other really cool things with his time and talent and treasure. But Vic went on to work for Color FX. And if you know about Color FX, it was those beautiful drops that you could mix into your moisturizer and make foundation. And I never got into Color FX myself. So some of you, if you used it, I would love to hear about it in comments. But they became quite well known for the complexion line. Elisa joined him. Alicia came from Laura Mercier, where she actually worked side by side many years with with Laura Mercier. And so Alicia joined Vic over at Cover FX, and they really made beautiful, beautiful products, well respected. They teamed up together to make Mauve Beauty. They're both really passionate about safe ingredients, being vegan, cruelty-free, and sustainable packaging. Okay, so they asked me to make a lipstick. That's a huge responsibility. And I'm boring. I do the same, you guys know me, I do the same nude mouth with every video. I like a little bit of a lip pencil and a lip balm. Sometimes I love a bright red on my lips, but most of the time I'm pretty boring. So I asked you here on YouTube, I asked my audience on TikTok, and I asked Instagram, if you could create any semi-matte color, what would it be? And maybe it's even one you loved from the 90s and has been discontinued. And the overwhelming consensus was something that was kind of a rosy mauve plum. People kept saying rosy plum or mauve plum or rosy mauve or rosy plum. It was all over the place. And so I'm like, bingo, I'm gonna give the people what they want. I want Mauve Beauty to make a lot of money on this color. You know, that means something to me. I wanna help them out. And so we created this beautiful color that they have called M93 because everything at Mauve Beauty starts with an M for Mauve, but it just happens to be my initial as well. And they picked 93 because they already developed a lipstick, 92, which is my friend Truly's color. It's so pretty. It's a light peachy color, peachy pink. So here is my color. It is absolutely beautiful. It is definitely a rosy, mauve, slight plum. I'm gonna put it on right now, and then we're gonna design the rest of our face, okay? So what's cool about this is I'm gonna show you in a minute that it works for all ethnicities. I wanted a color that was very adjustable. I wanted a color that depending on your lip pencil, you can pull this off. But look at this color. Can you imagine that on a bride or a mother of the bride or a mother of the groom, or just like an everyday beautiful color for the lips? Now, one thing is that a lot of women named colors from the 90s that they really love and miss, but you have to remember, we were much younger in the 90s. And when you're younger, you can wear more of an earth tone. You can wear more of a dull color. But as we got older, we really had to start wearing a little bit more color in our face, didn't we? And so I was developing different colors before I came to this. And some of them were just too dull and they looked muddy and they made your lips look flat, and they made, it just wasn't flattering. I wanted something that was very flattering, that lit up the face. And so kind of had to go back to the drawing board and put like a little bit of earth tone in it, but not too much, and not make it too dull, because we're older now. So we have to kind of, we kind of have to let go of some of our favorite colors from the 90s because they just don't work the same on mature women. So I'm going to use this Pat McGrath. It's called Structure. It's one of their #1 colors. And I'm going to start with lips first. And see how pretty that's just like a really pretty nude. It almost reminds me of MAC Spice in the 90s, but MAC Spice now is much more like orangey, rosy brown. So it's not the same as it used to be, in my opinion. Okay. So there's that color. So I want to show you how it looks with a more soft color, more muted, more nude. I'm more of a nude girl. But remember, I made this color for you guys, not for me. Look at that. Look. It's like, it's rosy, but yet there's some mauve, but there's like a hint of plum, and there's the tiniest bit of earth tone. We worked so hard on nailing this color, I can't even tell you. And then we were like, okay, this is it. This is it. Because it's muted, but yet it's got enough color to give you color to your face. And I just think it's so beautiful. And then I want to show you how it looks with, like, let's say your deeper skin tone, okay? You know what, I'll do it up here. So I'm going to take MAC Vino liner. So I did a line and then I feathered it in because, we're going back to the 90s with our liner. We really are. We're going back to the 90s. And then I'm going to put this on. Okay. Do you see how that's more of a wine plummy color? It takes it a little bit more plummy. Okay. You can even take a little bit more and mix it in. Now that it's on, you can mix it in. Tell me that would not be a beautiful color on a deeper skin tone, because you've got that deeper plummy wine color, and then the center of your lip is gonna look like that rosy, fleshy color, but it has a mauve tone. So it's more blue undertone. It's not gonna turn orange on you. Look at that. Tell me that is not beautiful on mature, deeper skin tones. And then for someone who doesn't wanna be as nude as this, it would be beautiful with MAC Whirl. MAC Whirl is one of those pencils that I probably use on 75% of the women in my makeup chair. It's a little bit more mauve rose than like MAC Spice. Look at this. and then blending it in, okay? So you can really make that look two different ways. You can make it a little bit more plummy than mine, and you can make it more wine plum for deeper skin tones. So there you go. I wanted a shade that could work with any skin tone. And I believe 100% this works on Asian women, Black women, Hispanic women, Indian, you name it, white, you name it. It works on everyone. Redheads, yes, everyone. Now, what I love about MAC, Mauve Beauty, I'm gonna say MAC a lot, is you can buy, here's the refill, super easy, save this cute little slanted cap because you really only need one bullet. And you could even buy a few colors and leave these laying in your makeup tray in your drawer or your makeup bag, and then just pop whatever color you want for the day in and out. I mean, is that so smart? And it's easy, look, click. Easy, and this never comes off. I keep this in my purse all the time. Sometimes before I was home to get my little bullets, this was just in my purse just like this. That cap is on solid, it will not come off. So it's really, really fun. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to, did I do that upside down? Oh, it won't go on with the lid on. Okay, no problem. Okay, so now I want to design my look around this. I'm going to do my eyes and everything. So here we go. We are going to do, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do bronzer. If you're not a bronzer person, Mauve makes M80. Do you see how light that is? It's gonna give you the tiniest bit of warmth, but it'll look like skin. Now this is a typical bronzer color that most companies use. You can see right there, it's kind of that really pretty warm brown, just kind of that warm brown, pretty typical bronzer color, which is great. Every makeup line needs your typical bronzer color. But I want to do a different type of bronzer today and show you. Okay, so I'm gonna take, what's this? This is the BK Beauty A507. I like it because it has a slant. So I'm gonna take this M80, which is great for light and fair skin. And I'm just gonna go in the outside. Do you see how subtle that is? But it gives you, look at the side of my forehead and look there. It's gonna give you that little bit of warmth and depth without looking like you have a ton of bronzer on, without looking like you have dirty contouring. It's just so pretty. And see, I have a bigger forehead. I have a 5 head, and so I really, really like it at the top of my forehead. I also like it on my nose. But do you see how soft that is? Oh, I just love the M80. Do a little bit on my cheek. See right there versus here. See how subtle that is? I really, really love the M80. Of course, I'm always gonna take it under there. I'm not using it for contouring, so I'm not gonna necessarily use it on my jawline, but I do like a little bit under my neck, okay? And that's it, that's all, maybe the bottom of the chin a little bit, just to look like we got some sun. And that's it. Okay, I'm not gonna do it on the eyes today, but do you see how that just kind of warms me up, but yet I still look light? I absolutely love M80, that's the M80. Okay, so I'm gonna go into eyes next, and I'm gonna use a couple of my favorites that I've used for about 1.5 years, if not longer. I love this color M6. It's kind of a bisque color. I would call it bisque. Let me see. Yeah, and we're just gonna put it, if you have a hooded eye, I would say go from lash line up to where your eye opens, and then a little bit into your brow bone. Do you see that? Isn't that pretty? Look at the difference. Here's nothing, and here it is. It's just this beautiful bisque color is the best way I can describe it. Okay, so it's in my whole crease. It's on my eyelid. I take it a little bit up to the brows right there. You don't have to do it that way, but I love this color, M6. I love it. See that? You hear my husband in the basement. He is so loud. He knows I have these important videos. I'm like, be very quiet. I have really important videos today. No problem, I'll have my headset on. He's screaming down there. He's screaming. Oh, it's fun to be married. Okay, let's see. Next, I'm going to take a little pencil brush and I'm gonna go in with M43. M43 is so pretty. Again, it kind of looks like maybe like a shell color, but it goes on so light. I can't wait to show you. Look at that. I love going in the center of the eye. I love that, the inner eye right there. And I go a little bit under, and look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then what's ever left on the brush, I might do the tiniest bit under the brow, but remember, we don't want those like 90s frosty, you know, brows that they wore on Friends. We don't want the 90s look. We just want that little bit of light. So I could just do this with mascara and this would be very, very pretty. Look at that lipstick. That is so beautiful. I love that lipstick. Okay, so next I want to go into color, I think it's M29. Let me double check. Unfortunately, Mauve printed black on black. Yeah, M29. Do you see? It's printed black on black. And I'm like, you guys, I literally can't read any of this. And if I'm doing a TikTok or if I'm doing a YouTube and I grab a Mauve product, I can't see what any of this says. So they have now done white. Thank God, because that I can read. But I've had this for a while and I can't see. I cannot see what these colors are. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the M29, which is so pretty. It kind of reminds me of MAC Swiss chocolate. Did anyone ever have MAC Swiss chocolate? It's this beautiful, kind of a reddish rosy brown. It'll be so beautiful with this lipstick. Oh, great. I just dug my nail into one of the shadows. Okay, so I'm gonna go right here. Oh yeah. Okay. And I'm gonna do it just like that. Do you see how it's kind of rosy plum? It's a great color. And because we have that M6 under it, they just kind of like blend together. They just, it's very easy to blend. Now, I will say that Mauve is pro quality, just like MAC Cosmetics was pro quality many years ago. And there was a learning curve of how to blend because women were coming out of like years of Estee Lauder and Clinique, and the MAC shadows were just so pigmented. So of course Vic is going to make pigmented MAC Pro quality shadows, or I should say Vic Pro quality shadows, because Vic was the creator. So what I love is that it's got staying power. And for some of you, you might be like, better off just picking up a little bit at a time and blending. But to me, they blend beautifully and easily. Really, truly, they do. Where is... Okay, and then I have this brush that had a little bit of the M6 on it. I'm just gonna kind of go over it, okay? So that's very pretty, just like that. We're gonna do just real pretty, simple makeup today. Now, they have, I might go back in and smoke my lash line in a minute, but I want to show you how the cake liner works. I'm gonna do brown today, and I'm gonna take a little bit of water, just a little bit of water. And they have this great brush that's completely flat and it's firm, and you get to decide how much you want to pick up. So I get the brush just slightly damp, and then I go in. Do you see that? It's really easy because you basically just stamp it and move over, stamp it and move over. I can totally hear my husband screaming in the basement. So pretty. Do you see that? So you can make it more sheer or you can make it dark. It just depends how much water you put in it. But I really love working with cake liner. The first cake liner I ever used was, we used to do this with MAC shadows. We all would wet a MAC brush and we would put it on like this, but it didn't always last. And that's because it was an eyeshadow. It wasn't meant to stay deep. So then Mauve created the cake liner, and it comes in black. This is dark brown, and it also comes in navy. I've used navy before. Navy's very pretty. And you can even put a little of it up in your lash line. And that's another thing. You can really get in between those lashes. Okay, look, do you see the difference? Maybe you don't, but I do. This side looks, my lashes look denser than this side, and that's because I've got that really great cake liner up in my waterline. And the brush just kind of does all the work. You just kind of stamp it. You just kind of like press and move over, press and move over. Okay? That's fun. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we have that. I'm gonna go in with a darker shadow color, and let's see. I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna go in with this really dark brown right here. And I'm gonna smudge it. I'm gonna smudge it along my lash line. I think I'll use this little guy here. I'm gonna use this little brush. Oh yeah. So I'm going over the liner, over the cake liner. I'm going over it. Oh, I love it. Do you see how that extends my eye? You don't have to do this, but I like this technique. I didn't even tell you what color this was, probably because I can't see it. M32. I'll put this all in the, oops, I put this all in the description too. See how that kind of extends my eye? And then I might take the tiniest bit underneath, but just in the outer corners, just a little bit. Okay, I like that. And then what's left on the brush, I can even take in the outer corner, just a little bit. See that? A little tiny bit in the outer corner. And then I go back in with the brush I was using. And that does all the blending for you, just not picking up more color, just kind of blending it out. Yeah, very happy with that, okay? And there is no fallout under my eye. There is a piece of glitter because I used a brush with glitter a few weeks ago, but there's no fallout. So it's very professional quality shadows. They really stay in place. Hold on. Some of them popped out because I hit it too hard. There. Okay. So I need mascara, and guess what? Mauve Beauty makes mascara, and it's really good. And I can't find it anywhere. I can't find it, but here's what you need to know about the Mauve Beauty mascara, which I'm so embarrassed. I don't know where it is. I've looked everywhere. Also, it's refillable. So you get the Mauve Beauty case, just like the lipstick case, you'd get the Mauve Beauty mascara case, and then you just pop in the refills. And that's smart. So we'll pretend this is Mauve Beauty. Sorry, Mauve, so sorry. I don't know why I can't find your mascara anywhere. Probably because I'm shipped so many mascaras all the time, but usually I keep Mauve with Mauve. I mean, I have a whole Mauve Beauty drawer. I usually keep Mauve with all the Mauve, and who knows? I mean, maybe Gracie, my kid, you know, 15, loves mascara. Maybe she took it at one point. Hopefully didn't throw it out because it's sustainable packaging. Look at that. Look at that lip. It's even prettier in person because I'm looking here because of this big light in front of me. It makes it look more pink, but it's not pink in person. It's plummy. It's plummy in person. It's mauve plum. It is not this rosy. But because of the lighting, it's looking a little bit more pink. But it's not pink, I promise. It's very mauve plum. I hate to put mascara on in my videos because I think it just wastes so much time, but you guys sometimes like to see it, so here we go. Okay, I'm not gonna put any on my lower lashes right now, maybe later in the day, but I'm really happy with how this eye looks. I'm really happy. And this is not really, you know, I don't normally do this color palette, but this feels very pretty with my lips. Okay, I need a blush. I need a blush, and I'm going to do their cream clay blush in M74, which is this really pretty like bricky rose. By the way, I've actually used the lipstick too as the blush, and that's very cute too. Not pretty? You know, I like some blush right on my temples. Hide some of those blue veins. That looks great. Their cream clay blush is nice because unlike normal, if you don't like cream blush because it gets too slippery or too shiny or too dewy for you, the cream clay blush, the clay that's put in here goes on like a cream blush and then mattes down. And when I say mattes down, I don't mean like a dry, powdery texture. It's definitely a cream, but it mattes down. So it allows this like beautiful shine, this beautiful like glow. It allows a beautiful glow to the face without your hair sticking to, your hair won't stick to it. It's really long wearing. I've worn their cream clay blush for over a year. I mean, last summer, I think July 2021, I started wearing their cream clay. And look at that. Do you see how it has a beautiful sheen? But when I'm looking here in the mirror, and right next to me, right here, this mirror, it's not shiny. And look, my hair doesn't stick to it. It sticks to my eyelashes, but it doesn't stick to the blush. Okay, so that's M74. They even have a really fun blush. Gosh, where is it? Oh, M91. This is so cute too. This is like this beautiful baby doll pink, and that could go with this too. I could have easily used that. In fact, let's use a little bit. I'm gonna take the tiniest bit with this brush and just go right there on the apple. But this pink has a lot of blue in it. You can probably tell. So it's not gonna go peachy pink on you. It's not gonna go reddish pink. It's gonna stay very plummy. It's very plummy, okay? That's M91. They were calling it tulip pink, but they don't call anything by the name. They call it by a number, M91. Okay, so there you have it. There you have it. I mean, that's so cute, right? And look, I'm gonna turn the light down. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, that is so much better. That's more the representation. It's a mauve plum. And then see here, it's more plummy here. It's definitely more plummy. It's funny because it's so much plummier in person. But you have to remember, high def camera picks up any pink or red in and then we put a lot of red in this. Any red pulls redder on high def, so this is gonna look brighter, but it's not in person. It's more of a muted. Like I'm looking in this mirror here. It's plummy rose. It's very, very plummy rose. It just doesn't look it here, but it's still pretty here. I mean, I like it here too, but it's prettier in person. So that's my lipstick, M93. I would love it if you could support me and support Mauve Beauty. It means a lot to us. But you're not going to be disappointed. It's an absolutely beautiful color. It's a color you all asked for. It's a great color for every day, but it's great, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful for special occasion too, just because of the beautiful rosy plum depth of it. And you could even pop a little lip gloss over it. In fact, we made lip gloss with Mauve Beauty. Where is it? I made the prettiest lip gloss. Alicia and I are so excited about it. Here it is. So it looks quite peachy, but watch this. We're gonna put it on just in the center. I have so very little left, just in the center of my lips. Can you see that? I'll show you what this color looks like on my finger. Do you see that? It's like it's kind of like a pearly, it's like a pearly pink. It's kind of a Bridget Bardot pearly peach, sorry, peach. It's a pearly peach, very Bridget Bardot is what I was going for. So we're pretty excited about this. Their lip glosses will launch next spring. So stay tuned for that. The first thing they have to launch is their complexion, which I have on today. And I think it's, I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It gives you that beautiful sheen without being shiny, dewy. And you could powder it too, but I chose not to powder it. So there you have it, Mauve Beauty. Clean, vegan, cruelty-free, sustainable packaging, which I'm pretty excited about. Many, many different colors of lipsticks. Here's their lip balms. They have lip balms, they have lipsticks. And again, you can just buy the lipsticks like this, buy a few, and then you can just buy one little lipstick bullet, which isn't much, $5-6. And then depending on which one you want to wear for the day, pop it in, save your lid, save your little lid, pop it in. Oh shoot, I crammed it into the top. All right, there we go. See? Perfect. So there you have it. If you have any questions about Mauve Beauty or any products that I put on today, drop them in comments. I can't wait to hear. I will put the Mauve Beauty website in. If you click on the the title of today's video, menu drops down and the Mauve Beauty link will be in there. M93 is my lipstick. You will see me on the website, which is super exciting. I don't like seeing myself in print. I much prefer video, but there you have it. I hope you love it because you asked for it. Okay, I will be back next week with possibly a video on my menopause, perimenopause and menopause journey because so many of you have asked. So that might be next Saturday's video. Bye for now.